Hello, Libra, and welcome back to Duality Tarot. I'm Destiny.
And I'm TJ.
And in today's video, we're going to do a general love reading for you, Libra, for the month of November for 2022.
November, we're almost there. It's almost over. Until the next year, then obviously we're right back to the beginning. But Libra, so if you are cross-watching, if you are not a Libra, more than likely, the majority of what we pull, what we say is not going to really relate to your personal situation, your personal story for November. Excuse me. But if you have if you have a Libra in your life that you're kind of interested in seeing what could be going on with them, stick around, get some insight. If you, however, want to read your personal, for your birth sign, check out one of our videos for November that is your birth sign. So I guess with that,
without further ado, let's get on with it.
Without further ado, you stole my line.
I'm sorry.
Thief.
Anyway, we came up with a name for our spread finally, where we do the sign, which would be you, Libra, in this case, and then your interest, and then your guys' mutual point. We've decided to call it the duality spread, because two people make duality. So, are you pulling them like you did before?
Yes,
Okay.
I feel a lot more.
You feel better about that situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of gives me a chance to really feel what's in my hand.
Feel what the universe has got going on for you?
Yeah. And since I don't shuffle nearly the same as
me. It's okay.
So what I'm doing here is I'm going to first get the bridging energy between the two, between you, Libra, and your partner. You think there's any more?
You tell me.
More.
It's your feelings, not mine.
I know.
I really like the images on these cards. They're like
It's a Gemini.
super Libra. We just filmed the Gemini video, so
Libra. What's going on?
it's okay.
Libra.
It happens.
Small heads?
Huh?
Small heads?
You don't even have to edit it out. You just gotta say that we're sorry, because we just filmed our Gemini video, so we still got Gemini on our brain a little bit. But that's alright.
Our focus is on you, Libra. What else is going on with Libra's energy here in November?
My cat's outside pawing at something on the ground, and I don't know if it's a spider or not, and now I'm kind of freaking out. Because I don't like bugs.
I feel like there's one more. Yeah.
Okay.
Normally we try to start with 3 to make a full, but if more or less decides to be the message, then it is what it is.
And if we ever need any more cards, we have another deck to clarify with, so. It's my witch's deck, so instead of it being a bunch of men, it's women.
Libra's interest for November 2022. What's going on? Your interest. I guess that one really wants out.
So does that one. 4 cups.
I
A
think this
love
one's gonna be
offering.
2.
Maybe not anymore. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna work. This doesn't feel there's.
All right.
So, do you want to speak for the messaging
speak.
for Libra?
I'll speak for Libra, that's
I
fine.
get to be the bad guy again.
Always.
It's never necessarily a bad guy, but she's going to be the Libra advocate. We'll discuss so this right here is your relationships story, what's going on with it in and of itself. Gemini, this is your energy into
Libra.
it. Libra, this is your energy into it. My goodness. And then this is Libra's
Interest.
Your interest, whoever that may be. This is what they are going into this.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about their mutual point. Libra, your mutual is King of Cups, which is stability and understanding. But you have the Five of Swords, which is argument and fighting off something.
And this plays directly into it. The Nine of Swords, which is
Anxiety.
worry.
Yep.
And then you have the Queen of Wands, which is creativity and ambition. Kind of thrown out of nowhere, huh? It doesn't really flow into it, but there's always a reason.
Yeah.
What do we have for our Libra?
So we have the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning of inspiration and creativity. So maybe it's a new beginning of something that you want. Maybe it's to be inspired by something, because you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is long-term abundance, and like finding your abundance in yourself, I guess. And then you got the Two of Swords, which is refusing of issues, but that is also, you are hiding and trying to find you're trying to look at things as though they aren't happening. And then you have heartache with the Three of Swords, and that could be cheating, that could be arguing, that could be heartache of any kind of sort. But then you have the Three of Pentacles, which is success. So I see that you have a new, excuse me?
You have a new, excuse me? Interesting.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
What is an excuse me?
What do you see here? Because I can't quite put anything on it.
What I see is somebody who wants but doesn't have, and it's causing heartache.
Okay.
It's causing, like, you have ideas, you have ambition, you have creativity, but you're being held back from whatever your success is not being brought to fruition. And you know that deep down. Something is definitely blocking the way, and you don't want to see it. I think what's blocking your way, let me tell you the other person. Let me tell you the love interest, and I think it does go pretty hand in hand. Sometimes it's like polar opposites, but this time it actually makes a little bit of sense. So the first one for your interest is the Empress. The Empress is feminine energy. She is receiving love. She's abundant, full of love, full of passion.
Full of new ideas.
Can be new ideas. I mean, there's a lot of things that the Empress represents, but it's all bountiful regardless. And then you have the Four of Cups, which is apathy.
Could also be an offer of some sort, and you're just not seeing that offer.
Yeah, it is not a, I'm going to say complacency.
Yeah.
So then you have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is another really big one. It's fulfillment, like emotional fulfillment, reaching that powerful end where you feel good about the situation. And then countering that, excuse me, countering that is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is self-reliance, but also difficult fulfillment. So there's a lot of really conflicting messages in these, but you know what that tells me?
What?
Complacency. Both of you are in a spot where it's not bad, but it's not good. The wheels aren't turning.
Right, and I think that's where this anxiety and worry comes into fruition, to then have the like creativity and ambition, because you are being complacent. You're in a spot where you're stable and you're not necessarily unhappy nor happy at the same time, but you're in a spot where you don't know what to do with yourself, because you are in a spot that makes you feel okay and stable.
You know what I also see here? Libra, You are a creative person.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is seemingly supportive of it, but I don't think that they're actually supportive of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're tricking themselves into that complacency.
Mm-hmm.
So they may seem like they're the caring, celebratory person, but deep down it's like the light in their eyes is off.
They're like, they're having a conversation with you, and then all of a sudden you just see their like eyes glaze completely over.
That's the emotion that I'm getting from this. This is a very stale.
Because they want to support you, but they also want to do their own thing. So when you're talking about what you want, they're not listening.
And with them not listening, it could make it feel like they're refusing to listen, and it's causing you heartache because there's a lot of what ifs in a situation like that. Mm-hmm. If your partner's not in the game, it could come off as if their interest is elsewhere. And by elsewhere, I mean in the not as great ways, like other women or, other material objects.
Again, with the Three of Swords, it can be cheating.
It can be.
Not on your end.
But it could also be the thought of that person doing it.
Right.
Is changing your mentality. I don't believe in this situation that there's cheating. No. But it's easy to infer that when somebody feels distant, withdrawn.
Yeah, and it is.
It's very easy to do that. This whole relationship right now is on kind of a rocky situation, but it's still on a firm foundation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any of this that doesn't quite make sense? Can you clarify that part?
Yeah, and then I was going to clarify this one too. Okay. The Five of Swords. But we'll clarify the Three of Hearts first.
I really want to know what this whole
heartache is.
Yeah.
What is...
Oh my God. With the Three of Swords, sword is always truth. But with the Three of Swords, you have the two of you, the two truths, and then you have something cutting down in between it. So a lot of times it's an indicator of a third party. With your energy being the one that we're looking into, that third party may not necessarily be another lover. It could be another materialistic idea. Are you putting money over happiness? Are you really interested in a new hobby and your partner is... See a little bit of drool coming down.
Okay. So with this, it is the Eight of Wands, which is to be, manifesting a new relationship. So in this situation, maybe there is a third party of maybe your mind is like, hey, there's something.
Looking at people that are not your partner?
Because you're not emotionally fulfilled with them.
Because if your mind's wandering.
But maybe it's a new romance with this person that you're with or that you are going to be with, because you have strength to get your Six of Cups, which is harmony and, being able to open up with your partner about things, to get your Two of Cups with partnership and union.
You know what I'm seeing here?
What?
This refusal of issue is playing right in
mm-hmm.
to their Eight of Wands, and that Eight of Wands is, the manifestation, fast action.
Yeah.
I think complacency is by far the biggest issue here, because this isn't how to fix that. This is what is that. This is not happening. You're not getting that fulfillment.
No, because you are hiding from it. Just open it. Open that door. Because if you open that door, you're going to get everything that they want. Everything that you want.
But that might mean figuring out what that deep down issue is. Because only you know what that problem truly is.
Okay, what is this Five of Swords? Five of Swords. Oh, shit. Five of Swords. What is this Five of Swords? Damn And then I'm going to clarify this card before we even start because I want to know what it is and why it's here.
Which one?
The Tower. What is this Tower moment? 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 Holy shit. Okay, I don't know what this one is yet. Hold on. Because this one fell out first. And then we have this and this. Hold on, I got a card that's backwards in here. I just gotta find it. Oh, I have.
Be last.
Yeah, there's that one. And then there's that one. And I believe that's it.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and say what these cards are. Think about it for a minute because it's a lot to look at once. So
the Five of Swords is what we clarified.
the Five of Swords is argument.
Yes.
So
what
came out?
Yeah, what is this argument about?
The first thing that came out was the Tower. And the Tower is a breaking of a pattern. It could be a change of support to either like building a stronger bond or completely decimating a bond all in general. It is a massive change.
The carpet being completely ripped out from underneath you.
And then following that up is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning, which does play into Tower moments because where something ends, something else will inevitably begin. It may not be for the best, but it is there. Now you have the Wheel of Fortune, which, excuse me, man. Wheel of Fortune is completion of a cycle, a new phase. There is a lot of, this argument is over something big ending. And then you have the Emperor. The Emperor is another really like bold moves, very masculine power figure, authority, power and romance, very fatherly. What do you see here on the surface? And then we'll go over that.
I see that maybe something happened to where you guys are at a loss and you guys need to end the pattern of what you guys are going through, whatever pattern that may be, to have your new beginning and new cycle of power and authority in your guys' self, in couple. But we don't know what this Tower is, which is why I went ahead and clarified it before we started explaining this, because I already knew that we were going to need to know what that is.
It's always nice to have kind of a surface view so that you, Libra, will have a little bit of focus instead of just having a ton of meanings thrown at you left and right. It's easy to get a message kind of blurred.
Correct. So with the Tower, we have the Two of Swords again, which is a refusal of issues. You're refusing to find the fucking issue.
Yeah, that frickin' gosh darn issue.
Really?
PG, bro.
We're not PG.
I know.
Okay,
Golly.
the Four of Wands, which is a celebration, maybe a wedding. So maybe you're refusing to get to that point because you're terrified, which I get. But then again, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is stability. So you're, oh my god, my nose, the inside of it itches so bad. No, but my nose itches. But,
oh my goodness.
Two of Swords, refusing to find out what's going on, refusing to see what you really want. To then Page of Cups. Is that the Page of Cups?
Yeah, the Page of Cups is flirty, romantic. You got the, man, there's a lot of really mixed messaging in here.
Oh yeah.
You got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is fast action, travel, passion. Passion is a huge, huge message overall. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is instability.
Being left out in the cold.
It's the complete opposite of the Four. Oh my goodness. And you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is power, authority, loyalty.
Like I said, you have a lot of power and authority, and that's what you really want to get to, but you are refusing to see that. Not you, Libra, but you as a couple.
Yeah. Because
this is from the mutual energy. Bro, I'm hot. This is making me hot.
So, this is what I'm seeing overall. And tell me what you think.
Okay.
What I'm seeing in the relationship, is complacency. What I'm seeing in the partner is unfulfillment due to complacency. And what I'm seeing in you is unfulfillment due to their complacency. What this is telling me is that you guys are arguing, and I don't even think you really know what you're arguing about. You have two powerful people in this relationship. You both think you got authority. Who's gonna win? Who has the authority?
You can't have authority and then them have authority too.
But this person...
Unless it's a 50-50 authority. One pushes and you pull at the same time instead of fighting.
And that's where this person's Empress comes in. The Empress is obviously a direct counter to the Emperor, but the Empress comes with an authority of all her own. She has power. She has a lot of power. It's a two-part thing. Like she said, it should be a 50-50, but this balance, the Emperor is in your relationship, not in you.
Right.
So there has been screeching tires and it's causing arguments.
Well, and same with the King of Wands. It's in your guys' relationship, not in just one of you. So you have the power, you have the authority, you have the loyalty in your relationship. Quit fucking refusing to look at it.
This seems like a classic case of you got a lot going on and you don't know what you want. And your partner has no focus at all. They want, but they're not doing anything about it. They may be receiving gifts of emotion from you or from co-workers, like building them up, not necessarily, hey. It's probably like, hey, you're doing a good job at work, but they're just, thanks, I guess. And when apathy, man, like this person's not, they want to be in it, but they're not fully in. Yeah. And that may not be their own fault.
No.
Like they're not forcefully doing that.
They just don't know how to go about not doing some shit like that.
Yeah, the issue in November is definitely complacency, and it might tie into the whole fact that everybody is cooped up inside.
Could be. Seasonal depression is a real thing.
Seasonal depression.
So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull some advice for you. Again, take this advice with some grain of salt. You have free will and free power to do whatever you want in your life. But this is the universe telling you, hey, get your shit together.
What can you do in November to survive? How can we make November bearable? That's how I always look at it.
Ow!
You okay?
Yeah, did you not just hear my shoulder pop?
I wasn't sure what that was.
That was my shoulder. Advice for November. These cards talk a lot.
Yeah, they do.
I think that's it.
Oops, sorry.
Shift. So I got one more.
Oh my
10.
goodness. Tell you what.
Damon Salvatore?
This seems like that's the end of a phase.
And that's all the new, because if you notice, it's dark and then it gets light.
Do you want to read for the beginning of the phase and I'll read for the end?
Okay, so we got the Seven of Cups, which is dreaming. Could be confusion of dreaming, like confusion. But I see more so that this is like you're dreaming of something. Again, because you are refusing to see, not you, but you guys as a couple are refusing to see the fucking issue. But then you have the Queen of Swords, and that is logical approach and truth to find, it's a logical approach to find your truth. And then you have the Lovers, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Lovers are lovers, but it's like soulmates and, opportunities to find your love and values that are aligning. And the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, again, is self-reliance and difficulty to find fulfillment. And then the Ten of Swords, a very harsh ending to something, for something new to begin.
I would honestly look at this last part as more of a warning of what could be. And the end of this part is going to make sense why I said that. The first one that came out is the Empress. So we're coming out of a dark phase, like she had said. You have the Empress, which is their, you know, their energy. They're very feminine, very, very motherly, very abundant, giving energy. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is generosity and dependability. And then you got the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is wealth. And what I'm seeing here is your creativity. If you utilize it and get past this funk, you're going to figure out a way to get ahead. And maybe part of this issue that's causing complacency has to do with money. There's a lot of pentacles in here.
Pentacles is like
material wealth,
earthly wealth.
And that can weigh a lot too, especially if, you know, you have dreary months, you know, things may feel like they're coming to a head. Obviously, everybody right now in November 2022, money is not easy to come by. And when you have when you have a creative person and then somebody who only wants but doesn't give, you're going to come into problems.
You can't want and not give. You have to give and want at the same time.
So, yeah, exactly. So if you use your ability, and this is the one, this is probably the biggest piece of advice on here, in my opinion, is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is somebody who is looking at it from a different point of view. This is a new angle on the situation. This is what is going on here and what can I do? Because this is for you, Libra. This message is for you specifically.
Yeah.
And if you look at it from a different angle, if you figure out what is it that is stopping them, what is causing the dark clouds in their head, what is that blockage, you can get rid of the Eight of Swords, which is blockage. The Eight of Swords is
literally is trapped in restrictions. You know,
can get rid of that.
Because if you look at the picture and you see what she's doing, she is actively holding on to the rope to keep her hands tied. If she just let go, the ropes would come off and she'd finally be untrapped and unrestricted.
And Libra, you are the ones with your hands on the rope. Pull it. Let it go.
Yeah.
Don't pull it. Let it go. Just let the whole thing go.
Just let it go. Because if you pull it, you're going to cut the circulation off of your hands and then you're going to have to get your hands cut off.
So, yeah, that would be terrible. So use your ability to look at it from a different point of view and see what their Empress is. See what their power in the relationship is. And then jump on your creativity and use that so you can get that wealth, that, I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery, but at least get yourself in a more stable frame, stable life.
Just open your eyes and actually look at the fucking shit in front of you, please, because...
And we can stop having these fights here in November. We
can
get past November. November is not going to be easy one for you, Libra. It's not.
No, but you'll get through it because you always do.
And I honestly think that the worst possible scenario, this person, you know, being after other suitors is not really an issue. I don't see anything that could be leading to cheating. I just see complacency.
Yeah.
Which can be just as bad.
Can be, yeah.
If you let it go too long. Because that's how relationships get to the point where it's like, why am I even here?
But, excuse me, just go with your gut, to be honest.
Yep.
Intuition is great.
And take the advice that you were given, you know, take it with a grain of salt, but this is for November.
Or fucking drown yourself in it. Like, drown yourself in the advice and actually use it.
You should always take advice from anybody who gives it to you.
Yeah.
And when it's coming directly from...
Unless you don't ask for it, and in that case, then they can fuck off.
But even then, If you're about to walk into traffic and somebody says, "Hey, I wouldn't walk out on that street,"
but I want to die.
Well, I don't.
Just kidding.
I know.
Anyway, if this resonated with you, please let us know in the comments down below, or like it, share, comment, and we'll see you in December.
All right. Well, let's get through November and see you then. Thanks.